Alright, this is going to be the Undead Settlement part of the playthrough walkthrough. I'm starting Firelink Shrine to make sure everyone knows before we head off. We want to go up behind the thrones and talk to this guy right here.
Unkindled, are we? And fast on the tread, then these red-eye. Use them. What else, sir?
Whenever you
what else?
Whenever you talk to someone, make sure you exhaust their dialogue, just in case. So that will start up his storyline. We'll finish it at the very end of the game, pretty much, so it doesn't conflict with Sirius' storyline. But let's head off to the Undead Settlement. And we're here where we fought Vort. And welcome, by the way. I know I just jump right into it, but I figure don't want to waste too much time. But thanks for tuning into the video and watching. Definitely appreciate it. And we'll raise the banner we got from the lady. What is she? I think she's like... I think she was like a wet nurse to Prince Lothric or something. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on dialogue, and I am not going to spend a lot of time on cutscenes. So we're just going to skip right on ahead. Here we are. This bonfire is pretty much pointless. You light it and probably you'll never ever use it. Off to the left side over here is some souls. And we'll go down the steps on the right. If you walk up onto the ledge here, see those dogs down there? If you're on New Game Plus, you can use a Silver Cat Ring and you can drop and do a drop attack and take care of them. You will not take any damage from here. But we're gonna try and hit them with a fireball. There's one. Ah, shit. There we go. That's two. Let's see. Yeah, that's good enough. I was hoping I could kill them, because you can drop down here and come up from the backside and it won't even aggro them, so I guess. There we go. Like I said before, I hate the dogs and I hate the rats. They're so annoying. Left hand side of back here is some homeward bones, and on the other side is an NPC that we can send back to the shrine. Get some free levels from him.
Oh, then it's true.
He will level you up 5 times.
But perhaps say I was what? Oh, I
And is the beginning of the Londor, is it the king, the ruler? I don't know. The Londor Hollow ending, which is what I'm going to be going for in this playthrough. The first level up you get is completely free from him, and then as you die and as you slowly become hollow, you get the other 4 level ups from him. The bonfire is just right here. Look at that. He actually dropped an item. And there's nothing really over here. There's our giant the archer, which will be shooting at us until we go up and talk to him. 2 guys come out of the door here. A short range first, and then a long range guy with the 4-pronged plow. A trick with all of these guys here, roll into them and stagger them. And stagger them right out of attacking. Very easy to kill them that way. Alright, and here, get the item from the dead body, and we're gonna go up through the debris. And drop down. Head out onto the deck, I guess, and cut this body. Oh shit. We didn't want to drop down yet. Damn it. That kind of ruins my little plan here. Let's see if... Nope, they're aggroed. Of course they are. God damn it. Anyways, I'll cut the dead body down, come around here, grab the repair powder, which you'll probably never need to use. Every time you sit at a bonfire, it repairs your weapons. And then when you come back in here, if they're still at their starting point, which they're not, of course, you can roll out to this platform, target, and drop attack that one, and they'll stay, they won't aggro at all. And you go and kill this one, get the guy off the wall, he'll be on the wall right here, and kill him. It's much easier that way. Don't fall off the ledge like I did. Oh, and before we deal with all these guys, we're gonna go to the right, across the bridge. You coming or staying? Okay. So go into here. There'll be a thrall that drops down, which has a good weapon. If he happens to drop it, the Flambridge, it's a pretty good greatsword early in the game. And we just want to get this door opened. And, well, since he's here, let's just kill him. And there's a shield up here, so there. We'll just do that. Okay, so just want to get the door opened, so later on we're going to come back through here. I basically have a way around the map that I don't really backtrack hardly at all. Just do like one big loop kind of through the entire area, and at the end we'll get the Mound Maker's Covenant, and then warp back to the shrine from there, which is why we need that door open. Anyway, okay, so firebomb. Aim for the guy on the backside of the barrels. That takes care of them. You want to kill as many of the I don't know, the peasants, whatever you want to call them, before aggroing the fat lady. So we're going to do that. And there is an item back here. So let's see if we can get some attention from these guys. Come on. For goodness sakes. And she's getting up. Oh. There we go. Alright. Just walk in a circle around her when she does that, and backstab her. When she swings like that, it's 2 swings. Always 2 swings. Nah, she didn't drop anything. That spiked mace she has is a pretty good weapon. And the hat, the Evangelicist hat, is good. The gloves and the pants are also decent. I don't really wear her armor too often, but I do like the hat a lot. It doesn't weigh a lot, and it has pretty good defenses, where if you have really heavy armor on and you just need like a light helmet, it works perfectly. Got some kukris up here. Alright, so let's go to the right. I want to get everything. Just kind of go in a circle around here, pick everything up. You'll find out I'm not too big on parrying. I do it sometimes, but not that often. This is a dead end. There's a couple of thralls back here. I mean, we can take care of them now because they'll drop down on us later. I'm kind of up in the air about how I like to deal with them. Come on. Because if you wait for them to drop, you can attack them as soon as they hit the ground because they're stunned for a moment. But you're also, there's someone in there that you have to deal with as well, so if it's not timed right, it could be very disastrous. So I usually just take care of them at the top. Alright, item right here, that is a caged spider. That's technically what it's called. It's got the 8 legs. It's not actually a spider, but it's what it's called. So we'll grab this item to the left hand side so we don't aggro it and we can just avoid it. And there's one more item on a hanging body over here. But we're not going to take the stairs down. We are going to drop through a hole in the floor. And if you're low on health, pretty much about where I'm at right here. So this, you'll want to drink this soup. And we also got the Warrior of Sunlight Covenant. You can equip that when you're helping people, and every time you beat a boss with this on and you're helping someone, you get a Sunlight Medal. Or if you have this Covenant equipped and you summon another Sunbro to help you with a boss, when you beat the boss, you get a Sunlight Medal as well. And you can trade those in for, I believe it's 2 different miracles, 10 and 30. Alright, so here's one of the caged spider things. Thrust damage is what they are extremely weak to. So I use a throwing knife to initiate the fight with them. Because after the first hit, when they spaz out, like, that, you can't really, it's really hard to avoid. If you're up close and you hit them when they're doing that, you'll get hit. So use a throwing knife to get that out of the way and then attack them. You can use a bow and arrows, works really well against them. But yeah, anyway, so to the right hand side through this debris is a little somewhat hidden path to that item, and then you just go back. There's a fat lady down at the end up on that bridge that is throwing, is it Dory's Gnaw at us, which causes bleeding? Oh, wow, I thought it was out of range. Fuck you. God damn it. Oh, where'd you come from? Alright, so left hand side will go into this door. And Jesus, everyone just thought there's a party in here, I guess. I threw them a party. Alright, before you get up to this area, go to the right hand side for another little detour path to a Tanite shard. Tanite shard. You can hang back and shoot arrows at her to take care of her, but I definitely prefer just to go underneath her. Take the ladder up. See if we can get her to fall. Oh, she's not falling off. Of course that combos. Ideally, you want to get her to fall off so you can start with a drop attack on her. But whatever. After you defeat her, there's a bonfire coming up pretty quickly. Don't go through the house right here. There's nothing inside of it at all. Go over the rooftop here, and on the left on the ledge is 2 rusted coins, and of course the crystal lizard right there. And the crystal lizard is a sharp gem. It is somewhat difficult to get both. As soon as you jump from here, it'll start running. So we want to try and grab the rusted coins as quickly as we can and then get an attack on the crystal lizard. We'll see if we can do it. If not, there's a little trick to make the crystal lizard appear right back. Go, 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 go. Got it. Run back here and to the bonfire. Let's refill our health, because we're about to get invaded by the NPC. What's his name? Holy Knight Hodrick. And he will definitely come to us. So let him come over here so we don't have to deal with him and the giant with the giant bowl. Or I think maybe he has the machete. Let's go back here. And, oh shit, here he comes. And Hodrick will parry you, so just beware of that. God damn it. Of course. God damn it. Fuck you. Fucking dick. Nice. Got a machete though. Oh, come on. He's so close to being dead. There. I have full Estus flask, so I might as well just use this. I swear, when he uses this damn thing, it really drags the fight out. Alright. Up ahead, through this archway, is the area where the giant shoots the arrows at. We go in just a little bit to kind of kick it off. We'll head back out. And wait for him to take out the other enemies in the area. If we go in a little bit further, it should initiate a second. There they are. I think that's the majority of them. So we're gonna try and dodge these arrows and pick stuff up at the same time. Oh, there's one. A very important item is right across the way here, the split ground. Jump across. Do not skip this. It's an undead bone shard. It increases the potency of your Estus flask. Alright, and before we go in the doorway... God fucking damn. We're gonna go up to the left. I'm literally rolling. As soon as you grab this, a thrall is gonna jump down. You fucking asshole. Right when I tried to roll, he landed on me. Okay. The arrows have stopped. Jeez. And right past the... what did we get? Yeah, the cleric armor set is what we just picked up. Right past that is some ashes to give to the handmaiden to get some new stuff to buy, including a key that opens up a door in this area. That, well, yeah, I mean, we are gonna need it for now. If you're in New Game Plus, you absolutely do not even need the key. You can throw on the silver cat ring and drop down to the area and skip by the door. I swear I've dropped without the ring and lived, but I think I just got lucky with a blessed item on. Alright, so jump the gap here, grab the great scythe, and head back out. No arrow? Okay, let's run across here. Okay, that's it for the arrows. And later on we're going to go up to that tower and talk to him, and he's going to be our friend. And we will no longer take any damage from the arrows, or no shockwave, nothing. Over this way is the boss of the area. Do not fight it yet. Avoid that. We're going to open the door on the right hand side here and go this way. If you take on the boss now, it closes off the Mound Maker's Covenant, and we want that. And going down the steps, we'll go down towards the left side so we can get the drop on this dog. Take it out, get an ember. Another fat, oh look. So it's basically like a hunting party. It's usually one of the fat ladies, a dog or two, and a few of the little peasants. Half the time, they'll fall by accident down here. Which just means we'll probably have to deal with them later, so whatever. Alright, so we're not going to cross the bridge, we're just going to grab this item. And kill him. And then we're going down into here. There's a few rats down here. Ugh. Seriously? It's just like their attack animation is... There is no animation. They just attack. They're standing there 1 second, and the next second they're hitting you. Alright, anyway, so we just picked up the cestus. It is the lightest... It's technically a weapon. It's a fist weapon, but it is a parry tool as well. You can bless it, you can infuse it with anything you want. It's perfect for a bless infusion or a simple infusion to slowly bring up your health or your FP. And so I always carry one in my offhand. It's light. It's great for parrying. It's like the fastest parry tool. And here's the locked door that we need a key for. So up into this mist is a giant rat. It has very low HP, it's not that hard, and you get a ring for killing it. And we'll head up the ladder and open with this door, which is locked on the other side, which is why we didn't come this way to begin with. And we're back to this bonfire right here. And now let's go grab the key so we can continue on. So go back to Firelink Shrine. So first things first, we want it's the $1,500 grave key, and any other items you might need. I don't really see anything I have to have right now. Let's check on upgrading our weapon. Oh, and absolutely reinforce your Estus flask. I need 2 more. I do really like the reinforced club as well. We'll wait on that though.
Be careful, I don't.
And we'll give Grey Rat
Oh, and
Loretta's bone.
heavens. Thank you. Almost. You can as. Goodbye.
Do any leveling up?
Speak. Very well, then take me.
I get 3. Well, 1, 1, 1.
Farewell, Ashen One.
And we're gonna speed along Grey Rat story, because we're gonna go back into Undead Settlement. We're not. I guess we are leaving. So, all right. So just travel back to Firelake Shrine once. Go back to Grey Rat, and he will be very sad that his friend is dead.
Heavens. She was already dead.
And get the curl up emote. And head over here to the left. And Yol will be here, and we'll get another free level up.
Oh, and I.
And also, if you're a mage, he's got some decent stuff that you can get right away from him.
Then shall we be there?
I'm gonna keep strength going.
Be safe, champion.
And now from this point, he gives you this 1 dark sigil. Every single time you level up from him, you will get another. And as you die, you will gain hollow. You'll become hollow from the dark sigil. And it stacks. Yeah, so that should be everything here for now. So we're gonna head back exactly where we came from, which was a dilapidated bridge. And right back down across the bridge. This is another fairly decent farming spot for souls, because you can kill the rat usually in 1 hit. Let's do the drop attack and leave. Alright, so first door on the right. And we're heading in to the tunnels. Oh yeah. To the right hand side is a statue of Velka and the loincloth. You can, if you happen to attack the handmaiden, attacked the blacksmith Andre, or anybody else that you're friends with, you can fix that with this statue. Or if you're hollowed and you don't want to be hollow, she can also fix that. And of course it does cost souls to do so. Red hilted halberd. If you're into that kind of weapon, it's pretty good. And let's see. So we got some skeletons in here. You want to attack them as they're forming. If you get lucky, they'll drop a falchion, which is a fairly decent, it's basically a curved sword. The two-handed moveset for a curved sword is pretty good. The R1 is a very fast attack. The running R1 and regular R1 is really good attack. Let's see, okay, Crystal Lizard to our right. And you can definitely influence the way it runs. See how I ran off to the left-hand side and I made it curve towards the wall? So if you run in a straight line right behind it, it'll just keep running straight. But if you go off to the side a little bit, you can get it to curve, you know, whichever direction you want, which if you influence it to go the way you want, it'll make it much easier to deal with. And so that guy up there, as soon as you grab this, he's jumping down. Ah, that sucks. Ah, hit him. Nice. And, well, let's see, where are we? So he came out of there, and we're gonna head right. Yeah, and use a bow. Let's see, wood arrows. And there's a +1 blessed red and white shield there. This will very slowly regen your health if it is in your left hand or offhand. And this is kind of like a little rat trap. As soon as you come down here, there's going to be a bunch of rats that come out of the little like sewer holes in the wall. So let's see. Yep. So we're just gonna run in a circle. Hopefully this works. We're gonna get them all gathered up, go up the ladder, and just drop down and hopefully kill all of them, or most of them. Just fuck off. Saint's Talisman, it's for casting miracles. It's meh. That's not a great one. And right up here is a lovely lady that teaches us miracles. Go through her dialogue, send her back to Firelink Shrine, and she will be available in the right corner to learn miracles from.
Then I am praying. Oh,
And right outside of here is the man that watches over her.
Another one of those unkindled, are you?
And he is delightful.
Oh, you faceless undead. Behaving as if you deserve respect.
Yeah. Talk to him twice, and that should exhaust his dialogue. Over here to the right, there is some of those alluring skulls and an item that contains some souls. I usually just skip over it. It's not really worth it to me. There's 3 of the big guys that have the machetes and whatnot, and there's a couple of dogs over there. It's just not worth the trouble to get those items. And I mean, right past there is where we went into the tunnels at. You can see the doorway right there. Just skip over it. It's not worth it. We're gonna head into this building right after we take our bow. and see if we can get... It is the red fire ring, the one that protects you against fire. If you can get the rope instead of the body, there's a chance it'll drop down here. Oh. Go figure. Anyways, we'll be going up there in a minute anyway, so either way is fine. That sucks. I was really hoping to drop. And we're gonna meet another NPC. Exhaust his dialogue, and we're going to go down. He basically says he's trying to get up and he can't get up there. But once we go down, it's a double elevator. He sees that he can go up, so we'll go back up and he won't be there. We're just going to run over here and light a bonfire for later, as well as pick up a new sword by killing an enemy that is a complete fucking pain in the ass. This is one of the Irithyll Knights, the knights that Pontiff Sullivan sends out into the world. So we're going to grab this ember. We are going to run to the right hand side up against the wall and circle around and go for the door. We're going to avoid this guy until we get out of here. Yep. There we go. And he will not come outside of the door, so just cheese him, shoot him with arrows until he's dead. And you get the Irithyll straight sword for killing him, which is a straight sword that has frost damage. It's a pretty cool sword. It's definitely a good sword for early in the game. I'm going to use it as long. Yeah, I do have the stats for it. Perfect. It's really not that powerful. They recently increased the frost damage on it, which is good. But I mean, all straight swords are pretty good. It looks cool. It works pretty well. I believe it has the poke move, the R2 poke, which is really good. But we'll use it coming up soon. So we're gonna face a fire demon pretty soon, and my fire broadsword is not gonna cut it. Alright, we're gonna step off the lift and send it back down and stay here. And head up. Let's see. Okay, so behind us. We're gonna jump off halfway down as we go back down, and we want to be facing this direction. But first, we're gonna go up this tower and make friends with our buddy that was shooting us with arrows earlier.
Who are you? I help anytime.
Yeah, that's all you have to do. He's your friend forever. And he's a great conversationalist. Alright, you'll see some wooden like scaffolding, I guess. And New Game Plus, Life Ring +1 right here. Exhaust the dialogue.
Don't but thanks.
He's concerned about the fire demon over here. Okay. So let's go ahead and use that sword. And don't take this guy lightly. He can definitely do some real damage to you.
No! You should have waited! Well, it's too late now.
If you head down here,
I, Sigurd of the Knights of Katarina, fight by your side!
he will destroy all... Jeez. Well, I was gonna say destroy, there's usually a huge fire right here. But it looks like he already did some damage to it. Holy shit, I was really far back too. I do not want him to kill him. Whew. Yeah, make sure you keep Sigurd alive. Yeah, there's usually like a really big fire right here with like the wheels and the bodies stuck in it and everything. It doesn't do anything, but I always thought it was cool how you can destroy it. So anyway, let's talk to him.
That was quite what you must but your valor. Long may the sun shine. Well, the only thing to do.
After he goes to sleep, talk to him one more time to get the sleeping emotes or gesture. I don't know why I keep calling them emotes. Same thing, right? I don't believe there's one item up here. Yeah. Okay. So this homeward bone. This is a section. This is like kind of like an isolated section of the Undead settlement. You cannot be invaded while you're in this section. And yeah. There's 4 items before we go into the building. So 2 of them are hanging on bodies. And it looks like one, so one is usually right here, and it looks like it's already knocked down. The other one is there. And then the 4th item is right there. And let's switch back. A large club is a good weapon. Pale tongue, that keeps the storyline going for the NPC that we talked to inside Firelink Shrine by the thrones. And the northern set, which is the set I started with in the warrior class. It is a very good armor set. So good stuff right here. Definitely come over here. It's fun. Fun for the whole family. Alright, and don't worry, none of these guys will drop down for this item. But we're not going to be as lucky here. We're going to go ahead and use the bow because it does much more damage than a throwing knife. Just take these guys out. You can see the difference, like the blue, like see the difference when they kind of blend into the background and then those gray ones stick out. So I'll shoot those. And I'm gonna take the wood arrows out and put the fire arrows that I have in. There's a couple of dogs coming up that you can shoot before they notice you. Oh, maybe not. Got it. So any type of fire stuns the dogs, as you can see. Chest back here, if you open it, there's 4 of these guys that will drop on you. We're gonna take them out first. And you do want to do it quickly. See how I'm like doing it as quick as I can pretty much? They literally will throw shit at you. And this chest is safe. Alright, up here is 2 fat ladies. Usually I just sneak up and just get a good hit in on them. One of them tends to stay there and throw spells while the other one chases you and uses melee attacks. So, I mean, you can try and lure one away at a time if you want. It works. Pick your poison here. Just be cautious, because they are tough together. Whoa! Alright. And contradictory to what I said, they're both kind of coming. Alright, she's staying up there though. Nice. I really want something. If you can't tell, I love getting drops. I love collecting items. I have frickin' OCD. I want all the armor of everything you can get, every weapon. I want to get everything every time I play through this game. Up on the roof, there's one item right here on the stairs. Flynn's ring, I believe that's the one that gives you extra damage for having less, low equip load. It works okay. New game +2. There is a ring right here. If you drop down on this roof, there's a +2 ring you can get. I forget which one. I thought it was the Chloranthy +2, but I'm pretty sure it's not. But otherwise, okay, come out, grab the item right there, and then go around this, and we're gonna drop down onto this, and then go down to the tower. And I believe there's an item around the side here. There we go. And since we don't have anything to take away fall damage, you're going to jump towards the light. The light on the wall over there, we want to jump towards that. Ta-da! Mira armor set. And behind these crates is the Chloranthy ring. Speeds up stamina recovery. Good ring. Alright, and we pretty much just did a circle We're back to where the boss room is, where we opened up the doors. And because we sat at the fire for the Road of Sacrifices, we're back here with them. Of course, we didn't actually fight them the first time because they fell down into the lower part. I don't want to spend too much time here messing around with them, but let's get rid of this dog. I'm a great shot. Just want to get rid of the little henchman she has. Sorry, he runs so goofy. And the Undead Settlement is probably one of the bigger areas of the game. Walk around, stab in the back. Still nothing. Alright, so we just did a circle, and now we're gonna head up these stairs, and we're just about done with this area. Just with the style of the area, and all the NPCs you meet, and all the storylines you start here, and we still have another NPC to go. I'm pretty sure this is my favorite area of the whole game. No, in fact, we have 2 NPCs to meet. We're almost done, and we still got a couple more to go. Let's pull out our bow really quick. And right up here is the partisan. Yeah, of course. Yeah, let's take care of this guy. And nothing. Alright, so as soon as we come through here, there's some guys up above that throws fireballs at us. They really suck to deal with, so we're just gonna head around and drop down here. They can still hit you with fireballs while you're over here, so be careful. I mean, this is pretty much the only way to get into here is by dropping down, so. And here's our last bonfire of the area. Refill everything. And we'll come out and be on the rooftops. We should be able to grab the partisan that we shot down. Kill these fuckers. Whatever. And around the corner right here, be careful not to slip and fall in that hole. We got a little friend to meet.
Unkindled, are we? Welcome. I am a but here. I hear Kettle. Most to read the pleasure.
He's a pyromancer. He is going to the shrine. He will be on the right hand side of where Andre is, and you can learn pyromancies from him. Alright, and so let's go ahead and drop down. You son of a bitch. And so back here, fire clutch ring increases damage you do with fire. Out of my way. But at the cost of some of your defense. It's pretty good in PvE, not as much in PvP. There seems to be a little bit of a difference in the way rings control your damage output as well as defense. There's just a difference between PvE and PvP in this game. I don't really know why, but that's it. Alright, so here's the door we opened up at the very beginning. We're gonna go in. And we're going to go to the left out this door. Around the side. There is a bunch of thralls here. So just FYI. So when I bought the knife, the bandit's knife, it has quick step. If you're doing a strength only build, you're gonna want to get one of the thralls in here to drop their thrall axe. It is pretty much a strength only weapon that has quick step. That way you don't have to invest any points into dex, because when we get to the swamp you want to have quick step to get through it. Just a little pro tip there. They drop 3 different things: a thrall hood, a thrall axe, and tantanite shards. Come here. Where you at? Where did he go? What the hell? He got way over there. Alright, skip the ladder. We'll go left on the rooftops first. Nothing. There should be an item. Here we go. And before we go up to the ladder, you're also going to want to go around here. I guess you don't have to. A plank shield, it's like the worst shield, probably. And there's this guy, does not attack you.
Nana disappeared. Scranton carries a cage. He ever has his cage. And Nana's never coming back. So come into the cage and become Nana's shade. Another Nana disappeared. So come into the...
And it sounds like gibberish, it really does, but it definitely seems like it's in reference to Sirius' storyline. So supposedly the handmaid is Sirius's grandmother and Hodrick the Holy Knight is her grandfather, and with their separation from each other, this has to do, somehow has to do with that. That's my interpretation, at least. Alright, so we're gonna head up the ladder. Yeah, whatever. And there's an item on the rooftop here. And then right back here, we're going to drop down. And as long as you have not killed the boss of this area, this guy will not attack you. Let's go grab the fire ring, flame stone plate ring. And that's pretty much it for the Undead settlement. We're heading off to somewhere else in the Undead settlement right now, but we've gone through the entire thing. That's it. We've got every item except for those 2 items I talked about skipping. So yeah. So what you want to do is walk up behind this guy, and when prompted, examine. So step into the cage and become Nana's shade. And he throws us down into a pit. Where we meet the guy that invaded us towards the beginning. Grab the shield and talk to him.
Well, what this pit or... yes, yes. Then we are just fine. It's important, but we'll... Beware, you might...
Get the Mound Maker's Covenant right there.
Come here. You'll see.
Exhaust his
You
dialogue.
take my...
Get a homeward bone.
This pit is for... You've better think...
And then that's the only way out of here. And we're gonna head back to the shrine now. Alright, so that is all of Undead Settlement. But it also kicked off some NPC storylines with that pale tongue we picked up. It will continue his, so talk to him.
Well, I remember me. You're making quite an effort of it, so I thought you might like to. If you yearn for a proper red-eye orb, one that is uncracked, then kill the Dark Wraith, survivor of the man swallowed. He has been a prisoner for many ages in the deepest cell.
And he gives you the key to the locked door underneath the second bonfire in Highwall Lothric, where there is a tough enemy to go and fight. It's not like a boss level type enemy, it's just a tough enemy. So head down there anytime you like. You could do it right now, or you could wait a little bit until you're leveled up a little more and go and fight that guy.
I can see it in your eyes. If you didn't invade, didn't pillage, whatever would you do?
And from that NPC, let's see if he has anything to say.
Good. But what do you...
Let's
Oh, a name such a... if...
You want to talk to him periodically. He gives you a few different items. Just every time you pop in here, just see what he has to say. So to the left, we definitely want to talk to Grey Rat.
Ah, there you are. I was thinking. You know I'm a petty thief. Well, perhaps I'll go on the prowl. Everyone's dead or hollowed away anyway, right? So I might as well fetch some weapons or treasure for you. Well, what do you say?
And if you've been following along to the way that I've been continuing his storyline, he wants to go out and pillage. He will do this a total of 3 times. This is the first time. The first time you send him out to pillage, he will be fine. You don't have to worry about him. The second time, you have to make sure you're continuing everyone's storyline, because one of the NPCs in the storylines saves him so he doesn't die during the second pillage. So send him out to pillage.
Thank you. You will not be great until I...
And he'll come back with new stuff to buy.
Goodbye. Do stay.
And so when he leaves, you can defeat any boss and he'll return. It doesn't have to be the boss of the area you're in, it's any boss. Nothing new with him. I didn't die at all, so... And the miracle lady all the way back here.
Oh, champion, I was not the gods I am.
Which is a really cheap ring that adds an attunement slot. It's only 300 souls. Might as well just pick it up. Any miracles you might want.
Have a plus, I pray.
Here it is. And the pyromancer right here.
There you are. I wish to express my trust in you as but first.
He gives you the pyromancy flame. If you didn't start with one, only the pyromancer does start with one. So now you can do pyromancies with that. It weighs absolutely 0. So it's definitely a it's a good investment for low weight to heavy damage. The pyromancies later on have very high damage and are really good for PvE.
Careful you don't.
He has an armor set. The pyromancer wrap is a really good light armor for your arms. I'm just gonna buy it all. And to reinforce the pyromancy flame, you use regular titanite and you do it through him specifically. And he has a few that you can learn right away. In fact, I can cast this one, 6/6. That's nothing, so there. Just like that, I get a fireball I can throw.
Do not be got. What is it?
And actually, before we go, there it is. Talk to him and you'll get the welcome gesture.
Do not be got.
Just put it in my offhand. Just throw, oh, wrong button. Throw a fire. Why didn't it throw? Oh, I gotta attune the spell, but I don't even have the attunement for it, so fuck it. Upgrade any weapons, da 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 da. So yeah, that is absolutely everything of the Undead Settlement except for the boss. So we will now go head out and take care of the Great Tree boss. One thing I do like to do before heading out, I'll use the warp and warp to Firelink Shrine from here just to refresh the area and make sure Grey Rat is gone. One time I sent him out to pillage just like right now, and I left, I went and defeated the boss and came back and he had not returned. So I make sure that he leaves before setting out to fight the boss. And he is gone, so good. Alright. I'm gonna take a quick break, and I'm actually going to go try and farm up a Flamberge, yeah, Flamberge, whatever. It is a much longer sword, and it will do way better in the fight coming up. So I'll do that and be right back. Okay. So I just spent about an hour farming for this sword. And now it should make the fight with the cursed rotted greatwood a little bit easier. It's nice having a longer ranged weapon for this fight. And we're also going to use charcoal pine resin. I'm pretty sure it's weak to fire damage, so travel to cliff underside, and we'll go from there. Alright. Straight out, and I'm gonna drop down somewhere where I hopefully don't take any fall damage. Perfect. And we're just gonna avoid any enemy. And again, I'm playing offline, so there's no summons here. I imagine as long as you're in the right level range, there will be people here to help you out if you need it. So the boss fight will not start until you get closer to it. It is the tree that, let's see. It's that big lump of tree right there. So as you get closer to that, it'll turn around and aggro. But before we aggro the boss, we're gonna walk up. Usually try and stay behind this point right here. And we're gonna take care of these enemies first, because they will try and fight you as you're starting to fight the boss. So taking them out ahead of time is a good idea. And we're just gonna lure a few of them at a time over to us. And of course they take their sweet time. Is that all of them? Pretty sure that's all of them. Oh, and by the way, while I was farming for the sword, I was also picking up some Titanite shards from one of the larger guys with the great machetes that's carrying the bowl at first. I was killing him and then going and killing the thrall that has the Flamberge sword, and I ended up with enough Titanite after all that to upgrade it to +3. Alright. Before we get any closer, pop one of those, put some fire on our weapon, and get ready to kill the herpy tree. I'm gonna start right in the middle. So you want to aim for the like the sacks. When it breaks the ground, mash roll. That way you roll as soon as you hit the ground. And watch out for the hand. It has a grab attack that's pretty devastating. It's really not that hard. Just be careful. I know I did it pretty quickly, but it can, if you're behind it, it will lay backwards all the way down, and I'm pretty sure that's probably the most devastating move it has, so just watch out for that. That and the grab attack by the hand. And so, since we killed the tree, we get the transposing kiln. If you give it to Ludlith, he's the little short guy in the throne, the only one taking up any of the thrones. If you give it to him, he can start changing the boss souls into weapons and spells, and there's a couple of rings. Very useful. In fact, we'll just go give it to him really quick. Oh yeah, and Grey Rat should be back as well. So, second throne on the left. You can hop down right in front of him or talk to him from here. We'll just get right up on him.
All that unkindled, and a seeker of lords. I am look no if this.
So, prior to this, he'll ask or tell you about
the process of extracting and coalescing the essence.
He'll tell you about the transposing kiln.
A forbidden art. 'Tis an art. Most transposing kilns were lost with Corland. But if thou happenst upon a transposing kiln, bring it to me. Quick.
So give it to him.
Belike it is a transposing kiln in thy seen better days. Now, thy.
And right away you can start using it. The curse-wadded great wood, you can see the soul on the left, will let you make the Hollow Slayer greatsword or the Arster's spear. The Hollow Slayer greatsword is probably the better choice there, FYI. And for some reason, it lets you see the upcoming ones as well. In some cases, the next soul we get isn't related to these two items that are dark. That's a little ways further down. As you go on, I don't really know what triggers it, but you can see what's kind of coming up ahead, so you get an idea. And we'll go off and talk to Grey Rat.
Oh, hello. It took some prowling, but I finally made a score. Go on.
So these two items I just bought, you can trade to the Crow. What else does he got? A short bow. If you have less dex and aren't able to use a bow yet, this one has a little less requirement. It's not bad. the bow, it's not bad, so it's worth it if you need it. Pontiff Knight Shield. It doesn't have a lot of stability, but it's extremely light, so it's not a bad shield to use right now. Oh, the Knight armor is really good. The Knight leggings and the Knight gauntlets are excellent. If I had enough souls, I'd just buy those right now, but... And I don't know... The S-Stock, the mace. The mace was already there. I'm not too much into ultra great swords. I'm pretty sure that the Zweihander is probably one of the longer ones if you're interested in that, so. But other than, I mean, the Zweihander, the Pontiff Knight Curved Sword is actually fairly decent now. They patched it and has a much better weapon art. And I mean, curved swords are good in general, so the S-Stock and the mace are all pretty good weapons if you're wanting to try them out. But that's about it from him. And that is it. We are done with the Undead Settlement. If you're still here, still watching, thank you. Thank you very much. And if you're gonna follow the whole playthrough, I'll see you on the next one. It'll be the Road of Sacrifices. Is it plural? Road of Sacrifices. I'm not sure how I'm gonna put that together. It's basically there's 3 areas that are all kind of part of this. The road up into like the water area with the crabs, and then there's the poisonous swamp, and they're all kind of together. So I'll get that figured out and get moving on. Alright, thanks for watching.